Part 1, Fresh Start, Welcome Home. The open windows let in a humid breeze, bringing with it the scent of Houston, new, unfamiliar, and full of possibility. At 6 feet 2 inches, Riley had a presence that turned heads. With her soft brown skin and neatly cropped curls, she carried herself with an easy confidence. Everything about her was sharp, but comfortable, like the gold hoops she wore almost every day, or the understated chain with her name, Riley, hanging just above her collarbone. Moving from Memphis to Houston wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. After a tough divorce and a lot of reflection, she knew she needed a fresh start. She'd been in town for a few weeks now, crashing at her friend Talia's place until she found this condo. Finally, she had a space that was hers. Drew Hill's "These Are the Times" played softly from the Bluetooth speaker, setting a relaxed, familiar vibe. Riley swayed a little to the music, exhaling as the rhythm settled into her bones. Her condo was still sparse, just a beanbag chair, a few plants she was determined to keep alive, and a bottle of Malbec on the counter waiting to be opened. Her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. She glanced down at the group chat. Talia, how's it coming along? Everything falling into place? Simone, we can swing by with food if you need an excuse to celebrate. Riley smiled as she typed out a quick response. Riley, almost there. Just a few boxes left. Riley set the phone aside with a grin. Her friends had been a lifeline through the move. Talia, Simone, and now Sierra, who she'd known for years online, but was meeting for the first time soon. Having her people close made Houston feel less intimidating. The grocery store encounter. The automatic doors slid open as Riley, Talia, and Simone strolled into the brightly lit grocery store. The air conditioning hit them with a blast of cool air, a relief from the sticky Houston heat. Okay, Simone said, tossing her bag into the cart. First things first. Riley, your fridge needs to stop looking like a college dorm. Riley chuckled, nudging the cart forward. I have eggs and wine. What else do I need? Food, Talia said, adding a bag of avocados to the cart. And snacks. You gotta have snacks if you expect people to come over. I didn't say I was hosting, Riley teased, glancing over at Simone, who was already adding granola bars to the cart. Y'all act like I'm running a B&B. Hospitality is a lifestyle, Simone quipped. You'll thank us later. As they moved through the produce section, Talia carefully squeezed an avocado. So, how's it feel to finally have your own spot? She asked. Riley smiled, leaning on the cart. It feels good. I miss Memphis sometimes, but this is where I need to be right now. Talia nodded, tossing the avocado in the cart. We're building something new here. It's about time. They made their way to the checkout line, laughing and tossing more snacks into the cart. The conversation felt easy, like they'd been doing this for years. Just three friends, settling into a new chapter of their lives. As they pushed the cart out to the parking lot, the Houston sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the pavement. They unloaded the bags into Simone's trunk, the weight of the day settling comfortably between them. And then it happened. A woman walked up to Riley, her locks pulled back into a neat bun, wide-leg linen pants swaying gently as she moved. Her smile was subtle but deliberate, a quiet kind of confidence. She wore a cropped tank that showed off smooth brown skin, and her septum ring glinted in the light. Without a word, the woman slid a small, folded piece of paper into Riley's hand, winked, and turned on her heel, her locks swaying behind her as she walked away. Talia and Simone froze, exchanging amused glances. Did that just happen? Talia whispered, her grin spreading. Oh, it definitely happened, Simone said, laughing. Riley stood there, staring at the paper in her hand. A grin tugged at the corners of her mouth as she unfolded it. Callie, she read aloud, followed by a phone number written in neat handwriting. She winked, Simone said, crossing her arms. In front of us. Talia gave Riley a playful nudge. Girl, you just got chose. Riley tucked the paper into her back pocket, the warmth of the moment settling in her chest. Riley stood barefoot in the center of her new condo, the warm wood floors cool beneath her feet. She let out a slow, steady breath, surveying the scattered boxes and the empty space that would soon feel like. Part 2. The Decision to Text. The smooth, soulful croon of Freddie Jackson's You Are My Lady drifted through the room, casting an easy, romantic vibe over Riley's space. The warm tones swirled in harmony with the hum of the air conditioner, the scent of sandalwood incense lingering in the air. Riley stretched her long legs across the oversized beanbag, fingers wrapped lazily around her wine glass. The soft glow of the evening sun crept through the sheer curtains, washing everything in golden light. Her condo felt like a new beginning, clean, simple, and hers. For the first time in a long while, there was no chaos to navigate, just her own company and a blank slate. Freddie's voice melted through the speaker as she swayed a little, humming along, the wine warming her from the inside out. You're everything I need and more. She smiled softly, loving how the music wrapped around her like an old friend. Her phone buzzed on the counter, lighting up with a group chat notification. She took another sip of wine and stretched to grab it. Simone, yo, did Callie just steal our girl like that? Riley rolled her eyes, but the grin forming on her face was undeniable. Her friends had been on her case about the mystery woman ever since they left the grocery store earlier. Talia. I saw her name on the paper with the number. She had a whole plan, y'all. Riley tapped out a quick response, but her grin widened as she reread the texts. Riley. She did move kinda smooth, huh? Talia's reply came instantly, as if she'd been waiting for it. Talia. Smooth? Girl, she invented smooth. That was a master class. Simone. She saw what she wanted and slid up on you like it was light work. I respect it. Riley chuckled, brushing a hand over her short curls. She wasn't used to this kind of attention, especially not from women. It felt exciting, though, and a little terrifying at the same time. She tapped out a new message. Riley. So now what? Talia. Now, you text her, obviously. Simone dropped in a gif of someone furiously typing on their phone. Simone. Exactly. Get to it. This ain't the time to play shy. Riley stared at the screen, debating. She liked how bold Callie had been, so different from what she was used to. But reaching out herself, that was new territory. There was still a sliver of doubt in her mind, a voice whispering, what if it's awkward? What if it doesn't go anywhere? She bit her lip, thumbs hovering over the keyboard. Talia's next message hit the group chat like a gentle nudge. Talia, come on, Riley. What's the worst that could happen? Simone, for real, just say hi. It's not that deep. Riley sighed, knowing her girls were right. There was no harm in testing the waters. No pressure, no expectations. She picked up her wine glass, took a long sip, and made the decision. Riley, all right, fine. I'll text her. Her heart raced a little as she switched over to Callie's number and typed the message. Riley. Hey, Callie, it's Riley from the grocery store. She hit send before she could overthink it. Freddie Jackson's voice filled the space, smooth and soulful, making it easier to lean into the moment. It wasn't long before her phone buzzed again. Callie. Well, hey you. I was hoping you'd text me. Riley grinned, warmth spreading through her chest. She wasn't sure what she'd expected, but this was good. Riley. Took me a second to decide. The response came quickly, as if Callie had been waiting for this moment too. Callie, I'm glad you did. I wasn't sure if I'd embarrassed myself earlier. Riley, not at all. Honestly, you surprised me. In a good way. Callie's next message came through playful and direct. Callie, so, how do you feel about drinks? Tomorrow night? My treat. Riley's heart did a little flip at the offer. She liked how easy Callie made things feel, like there was no pressure, just two people seeing where things might G. Riley, I'd like that. Just send me the details. A moment later, Callie sent the address to a bar downtown, along with a wink emoji. Callie, tomorrow at 7, I'll be the one smiling when you walk in. Riley chuckled, feeling lighter than she had in a long time. She switched back to the group chat. Riley, okay, y'all, drinks are happening tomorrow night. The group chat exploded. Simone, yes, love this for you. Talia, and just like that, Houston Riley got a date. Simone added a string of celebratory emojis. Simone, you better show up looking good, too. Riley, y'all are ridiculous, but yes, tomorrow night. Talia's next message came through with a final playful nudge. Talia, just remember, have fun. No overthinking. Just vibes. Riley set the phone aside, the grin still tugging at her lips. She finished the rest of her wine, Freddie Jackson's voice easing any lingering doubt. She'd made it this far. Why not see where it led? With a final stretch, she stood, letting the music wrap around her as she moved toward the window. The sky outside was dimming, and the thought of tomorrow's possibilities settled comfortably in her chest. Riley took one last sip from her glass, swaying slightly to the rhythm of Freddie's voice, a quiet hum of excitement building within her. Part 3. The bar, drinks, and conversations that matter. Riley's fingers hovered over the screen before she responded. Definitely. The soft lighting in the bar cast a warm glow over everything, giving it that perfect, cozy vibe. Riley wrapped her green in a raw, preparing for the evening. She cut on The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson and bopped to the music as she slipped on a pair of high-waisted white jeans. She paired them with a soft pink tank she layered under an oversized, deep caramel-colored sweater. The sweater slid slightly off one shoulder, revealing smooth brown skin. Gold. Hoops glinted in the light as they swayed with her movement, and her loafers tapped softly against the wood floors. Her signature oil trailed behind her like a gentle whisper, wrapping her in a soft, warm scent, floral, musky, and unmistakably her. It was subtle, yet always enough to make people lean in closer, as Callie would soon prove. Callie was already seated at the bar, a smile spreading across her face as Riley walked in. She stood up when Riley approached, giving her an appreciative once-over. Damn, you clean up nice. Riley laughed softly. Thank you. You're not looking too bad yourself. Callie's boho chic outfit stayed true to form. A cropped, earth-toned blouse and high-waisted black pants with a pair of strappy sandals. Her locks were swept up into a high bun, showing off her septum ring and earrings. A glimmer of gold on her toes suggested a fresh pedicure. As they hugged briefly, Riley caught a whiff of Callie's scent, light jasmine and a hint of coconut. They settled into a corner booth, the easy hum of conversation surrounding them. So, Riley started with a sly smile as the waiter approached. What's your poison? Margarita, extra lime. Callie grinned. You? Whiskey neat. Riley shot a wink and placed her order. They both relaxed into their seats as the drinks arrived. Callie raised her glass first. To new connections. Riley clinked her glass against Callie's, feeling a warmth spread through her, not from the whiskey, but from how comfortable this felt. Okay, Riley leaned forward, swirling her glass. I gotta ask, what made you slide me your number like that? That's a bold move. Callie's smile curled mischievously. I saw you before you saw me. Riley arched a brow. Oh, really? Yeah, you were at the end of the aisle holding some cereal, looking all thoughtful. Callie sipped her drink, her gaze steady. I could tell you were new in town. There's just a way people move when they're trying to figure things out, you know? And you were too fine for me not to shoot my shot. So I did. Riley chuckled, a little flustered by the compliment, but enjoying it. Well, I'm glad you did. Callie leaned in a little closer, her tone playful. You smell amazing, by the way. Like trouble. Riley laughed, the warmth spreading deeper. Thank you kindly. They continued their drinks, slipping easily into conversation. They talked about everything from their favorite music to how Riley was adjusting to Houston. Callie shared stories about her lock journey and her love for travel, while Riley talked about the journey to discovering more about herself post-divorce. Callie leaned forward, resting her chin on her hand. So, you said you're trying to find your footing post-divorce? About that. She tilted her head slightly, curiosity in her gaze. Have you ever been with a woman before? Riley chuckled softly,